That's active at dawn and dusk. How about an animal that's active during the daytime? You've heard the word before. Just didn't know maybe associated with that. Okay, now sharks. Sharks touch the stingray, touch gently. Now all the southern stingrays that we have, there's one right there for that.
They're all dressed up.
They're ready to go to the hall. They're all ready.
Mostly it's usually the younger ones right now. They're like
We might put basketball or softball in the water that they can push around. We might blow bubbles in here. We might dump out ice cubes or snow for them to stomp around in. Today what I have is smelt, and it's a kind of fish, and I'll be putting most of that in the water in just a minute.
So how do you guys think they're going to react to their enrichment? Raise your hands if you think they're going to be really excited. All right. How many people think they're just going to ignore it and not care about it at all?
I sound like the Predator.
All right. Anybody think they're going to be a little bit nervous? Okay, I think most people think they're going to be excited.
You know, usually when it involves food, they do get pretty excited, but we might see some different reactions in here. Every bird is an individual, just like we're all individuals. We have our favorite activities, and they do as well. So some of them might not be interested enough to leave their nest and go in the water because it is breeding season right now, and we don't have eggs, but they do feel this need to stay in their nest and protect their spot. So even food might not be a big motivator for them to leave that nest. That's okay. Just because every single bird does not get excited about the enrichment does not mean that it's not still a good form of enrichment, because we do like to mix things up in here. We try to make sure that we don't do the same thing every single day. That way they never know what to expect, and eventually we will find something that they like. So what you guys just did is you made a prediction, and that is the first step in doing science. When we want to know a little bit more about an animal, we ask a question and we make a prediction, and then we do observations where we watch and see if our prediction is correct. What we learn from those observations we can put to good use. As far as enrichment goes, if we see that a lot of the birds interact with it, we know it's a good form of enrichment and we're going to use it more often. If we see that they're nervous about an item we bring in, we're going to introduce them slowly in the future and make sure that they realize they don't have to be afraid of it or have to be nervous around it. So I'm going to dump this fish in the water and do what I call scatter feeding, where I toss it around in the water. We'll see if your prediction is correct. While I'm doing that, I'm going to tell you just a little bit about the two species of people. Look how many of them are in the water. We're excited, especially our larger birds. Those are called gentoo penguins. They have the white stripe of feathers across the top of their head. They have bright yellow beaks and bright yellow feet, and they are the third largest penguin in size. They are also the fastest swimming bird in the world. They can go up to 22 miles an hour underwater. 22 miles an hour. Because they are so fast, our smaller species, the macaroni, like bacon and cheddar up here who are next to me, they actually don't prefer to go in the water after they smell. when the Jinchus are there, so they prefer to stay here on the land, and I'll drop a few down for them to run. So they definitely like this smell today, and this is not their main diet. This is just enrichment, this is just a treat for them, and they love the smell today. So if you guys have any questions, Jennifer and I would be happy to answer those. I can't hear you, so just make sure you ask Jennifer out there in the gallery.
So who has a question for our keeper today? Yes.
That's the deepest darkest. You want that? It's just
I'm so bored. But I don't have any video games.
Yes. He's right here. He's right there. Yeah.
Oh, shit, John, forget.
Oh, God. Yeah, they're probably not even scared.
No, they probably used to living with.
Sanctuary. Has anyone been to Marine Sanctuary before? What about National Park? Alright, so Marine Sanctuary is pretty much like a national park, except it's going to be underwater. Now Dale has that special yellow mask on his face. Hey there, Dale, can you hear me okay?
I can hear you great. How about you?
Perfect. Alright, and then Ben is right beside him there. Alright, Dale, well, can you tell us a little bit more about the Flower Garden Banks, why it's such a special reef?
Sure. Basically, the Flower Garden Banks is a real place off the coast of Texas. It's about 110 miles off the coast, so it's away from the land and river runoff and things like that, so it's pretty clean water. And the important thing about that is the reef system itself, it has about 50% live coral, which is really good today, okay? Places like the Florida coast and the Bahamas and that might only have about 20-25% live coral now. And that's because of all the runoff from the rivers and the pollution from just what we do around big land masses. And the coral, to be healthy, that's what keeps the reef a vibrant place that has all these fish. So coral itself, which is what makes up the banks. This big rock here, that would probably take many, many, many years, maybe 100 years to build, because coral only makes about 1/4 to 1/2 inch coral a year, so it takes a long time. Coral itself is really made up of 3 things. There's an animal, there's the coral polyp, and it secretes calcium carbonate, which is the rock. And then what gives the coral its color is algae. Algae comes in and lives in the coral. And if you've ever been out in the ocean or seen reefs on TV, up top the reefs are very bright red and yellows and greens and things like that, because the sunlight is what gives the algae its nutrients and energy. But then as you go deeper and deeper, the coral starts to get blue and purple and dark green. And then of course, after you go down a few hundred feet, there's very little light at all. So,
Is this live coral that we have in this tank?
no, this isn't live coral, because for us to take this out of the ocean would be really criminal to do that, because it takes so long to make. So this is all just plastic and cement. It's been painted. But people that have gone to the Secret Garden reef and been diving out there, and they've been divers here, they go out and they say, wow, it looks so much like what we have in the aquarium here. So they really did a good job.
Tell difference, it's really simple. When a sand tiger swims by, you're going to be able to see all of those teeth. They also have 2 small fins on their backs, dorsal fins. Now when a sandbar swims by, you are not going to be able to see their teeth, and they're going to have 1 big fin on their back. Now Dale, are you nervous at all to be swimming with these sharks?
Well, generally not. I've been diving a long time, and so I've seen some sharks out in the ocean. But it's a little different than in here. In here, the sharks are fed very well. We feed them 3 times a week. They get about 6% of their body weight given to them if they want it. So they're not really hungry. Sharks out in the ocean, they eat once every 7 to 10, 12 days. So they're always looking around for something to eat. Secondly, the sharks are pretty used to us being around them. So we're in here every single day except Christmas and I think it's Easter or New Year, or Thanksgiving. So 363 days a year there are divers in this tank, cleaning and wiping windows and doing the show. Third, we never feed the sharks. We're out of the water, so the sharks don't equate us with food. Over at the wanted to see something and eat it, and probably it's not what I want, they usually let you go and swim off.
Yeah, you're more likely to get hit by coconut and actually win the lottery than be attacked by a shark, so it's very rare that even happens. Well, Dale, we have 1 type of reptile swimming around in here. I wonder if anybody knows what that reptile is. Do you have any guesses? So I heard it kind of, so we have 2 green sea turtles swimming around in here. Has anyone seen them today? Yeah. So we have Stewie and Oscar swimming around in here. Stewie.
Almost the exact same bees to lay their eggs. So when they feed and they're traveling all over the place, a lot of people feel it's the magnetic lines that keep them on track. And Stewie went up north to feed, and as it got later in the summer and started to get cold, he just never came back down, and so he was suffering from hypothermia, getting too cold.
That's cool. Where you at, Drake?
Why you here? Whoa. Look at how it's kind of scary.
You ain't got to hold her out, so I'm not going to let her run off. Okay? I'm going to make sure I watch it. Wait. This way. Yeah, I ain't even seen the turtle. Yeah.
Mom, Daddy, come here. Come here.
What?
So cute. Hang on, let's wait.
I've tried it.
That's really oh my
Yeah. I figured you did it. Where are you going? You see a turtle?
Wait till you see what they do with this snake. They got her full. Oh my gosh, this is so funny.
There you go.
Look how much, oh my god, this is so funny.
Look at all the alligators, honey.
What a good shot. Yeah.
Everyone, thank you for joining us today at Alligator Bayou here at the Tennessee Aquarium. My name is Madison, I'm also joined by Amanda. You guys are welcome by a great time because for about the next 10 minutes or so, we're going to be spending some time in our swamp, hopefully showing you just how amazing these reptiles are. If you guys have any questions, we'll be able to answer those for you guys in just a few minutes. So our American swamps are full of some big reptiles with some big personalities. But first, Amanda, why don't you tell us what you got that pole for?
So you guys may have noticed right away, I put this pole in the water. It's got a couple rings at the bottom, and this is basically a call to wake up the largest predator in this swamp. Has anyone seen him yet? Yeah, he's all the way at the back right now, taking a nap if no one has currently seen him. And that is our alligator snapping turtle. He is a very big guy. Right now he currently weighs 165 pounds. So that is a really big turtle. How big do you think he was when he was born? Show me with your hands. I see some big, I see some small. Those of you that said small are right. When they're born, they're just about the size of a $50. They're very small creatures, and then they do continue to grow and grow as they get larger. And I will give him the chance. It looks like he's on the move right now, but I can actually put this in the water 3 times to give him the opportunity to come up and eat if he would like or not. These guys, typically in their natural environment, are not going to eat every day, but we do give our animals the choice to eat every day or not. Completely depends on them. And I will show you guys what I'm going to be feeding him today. It looks very similar to something we would like to eat, or I like to eat personally. What's that look like to everyone? A cupcake or a Reese's peanut butter cup? I love peanut butter cups, but this is one I particularly would not eat. So this, you can see, has a rodent butt sticking out the side. So we do have a whole mouse in here, but then we also have some crushed up reptile diet, as well as some vitamins for this guy. And he did come to his spot, so I'm going to go ahead and give him this big old piece here. See if he wants to eat it. He can be really picky sometimes, and he only wants rodent, or he'll only want some chicks. It just kind of depends on his mood, but he does seem really excited to eat that today. So while he's chowing down on that, I'll let Madison tell you a little bit more about our alligators.
Alright, so our alligators, in here we have 9 juvenile or young male alligators. And these guys are still pretty small. Right now I'm giving them what looks like a little piece of maybe cat or dog food, but this is not cat or dog food. This is made specifically with alligators in mind. And like I said, these guys are still pretty small. They do have quite a bit of growing left to do. And certainly what helps with that growth is food. So this is kind of like a little snack that they get, but we do give them a large variety of food here. Sometimes it can be similar to the things we like to eat. So how many of you guys
Shine brightly right there, showing his personality. He snatched the food right out of the alligator snapping turtle's mouth. These guys are really smart, and he
knows, like, oh, if he doesn't get that first bite, that it's probably going to drop and I'll be able to snatch it. So he did grab that second piece of food from our alligator snapping turtle. But I do have to say that one of my favorite personalities in here is the alligator snapping turtle, because this guy is massive and he could have easily bit Purple or done some very serious damage to, but instead he is like our gentle giant in here. We'll often see him sometimes called out on that beach area Madison is standing on when it comes to training. We're taking all of the name recognition, so you guys already know all the names by looking at those male cats. But when it's his turn, he gets up there, he'll do everything great, but then he doesn't want to be done with training for us to be able to work with anyone else. So he'll lay there like a kid in a grocery store on the floor, not wanting to move. Doesn't matter what we try, he's definitely not.
Sturgeon are a prehistoric type fish. They've been around for about 350 million years. We invite you to reach in and touch with 2 fingers gently down the back. Please don't grab fins or tails.
Are they a little slimy?
Those bumps down the back are called scoots. That's for the animal's protection. These guys have no teeth. They cannot bite. So 2 fingers gently down the back. We invite you to reach in and touch with 2 fingers gently down the back.
Here comes one.
You get one. You real cute?
Put your hand in. There you go.
Do they bite? No. Oh, I touched this.
Get close to the glass or you'll have a glare.
It's an S, it's not a take an actual picture.
Maybe someday we'll all go to
Catch up with my family here.
very good black rats.
You don't see it?
You can reach in and touch with 2 fingers gently down the back. Now, lake sturgeon are endangered in this area, so if you were fishing in the Tennessee River and you were to catch one, you would have to throw it back because it's illegal to take it out of the water.
Turtles! Snapping turtles! Kill! Don't touch them! Don't really touch them! Snapping turtles! Oh, there's a baby!
Look at the turtle.
Why is there fishing? Kill, we got a baby! Come on, this way!
You know, when we go, when we watch those are the big fish that are right there from the dock.
Snakes are cool with each other.
We done lost Grandma. Come on, boys. Trey, get down.
Yeah, you might be right.
Hey, go find Grandma. What? You lost Grandma, right?
And my mother.
The turtle?
Got silent for a minute. There?
Hey, it says do not tap on the flash.
I know you are, dear.
Do you see the giant fish down there? Hey, the dog has a big buck on it.
Is it freshwater?
It's like a snake and a turtle and a...
Many of them. It's a good habitat for turtles.
I mean, sometimes they don't...
That's his body race up here at the top, looking out.
Yes, but that's a common name for fish. There's a fish pond.
I don't think I...
you reviewed that from the underside.
Oh yeah, you go to see the other side and the other side. Hello.
I think that's it. That's the orange, those are white. Oh no, it must have been
There's Jacob. We lost the big boys. The big boys are there. What? Scuba stuff.
This is just what we were saying on the other side. There's a lot of training about that.
Look at that largemouth all the way down there. All right, Caroline, let's keep going.
What's your serve?
Yeah, odd.
That's cod.
Yes,
It's cod.
Oh, I thought that's what you said what you eat
No, we
at the
don't.
restaurant.
No.
What?
Look at how pretty it is. Oh, the fish is over there. See, that fish got something.
I'm not sure.
Feels like you're actually. Whoa, look how pretty that one is.
Look at how big they are.
What? Oh, I got turtle. Yes, I did. It's down there.
Yeah, but we'll go change the world. Have bass eyes right next to
Did you look up there?